Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Oakland Raiders. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This a quick pass to Davis. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Bang! 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 Switch, switch, switch.
Now Carr. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throwing Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now Jackson looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the #1 thing he does best is tackle.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
So white 90, black 15.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A nice run on first down gets them 6 yards to the 31. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing, Rivers. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. To throw, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Play fake, Rivers. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Cleveland Farrell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
From the red zone now, Rivers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 more there and another first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chargers 7, Raiders 0.
Ready, set, 180, light, 53,
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there, let's get in there. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Get it.
They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Justin Jackson, his first touchdown on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Check safety. Right Monday down.
From midfield, here's Carr. It's Williams on the catch. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Davidson. And crossover out of bounds right at the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Mike, 49. Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. To throw is Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Check me out. Check me out.
Well, Jumbo.
Check.
637.
Throwing again. Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Corey Davis with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Rivers on first down. Caught by Allen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 9, check 9.
Room.
53 is the mark.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup sets up 3rd and 6.
Hey, bro, 80.
53. We got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go.
Clock the right.
53. Mike.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Rivers now. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Good coverage there by Trayvon Mullen. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Slant. Under 10. Check. Crunch.
They run on first down with Jackson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On the carry, it's Jackson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Rivers. Forced out to his left. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Rivers throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gardner. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky. But that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
Kill. Turn up.
Hey, exit.
Kill, turn up.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Check 26.
White.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Davidson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
The gain of 15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
Down. 280.
It's a party now.
Express.
Check it.
220.
Cracks.
The final shot before break. Carr going up top. This is caught inside the 15. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let's go, Pete.
Hey, 79.
Watch the ship.
Hey, 3. 218.
Now Rivers. He dumps this one off to Jackson, the running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
Chargers.
Set 180. Run 80. Alpha. Split.
They'll run on first down. Gardner looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Mike's 4-2.
From the gun, Rivers trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
Down. 180.
49 to Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Slams.
OP, OP.
Out, 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 out. Take four. Take four.
White. What's up?
Here's Carr to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10.
6-6, pull it high.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And this one's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10.
Hey, team 6.
To throw again, Rivers. And his throw here's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Rivers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10.
Red Delta! White, 89!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Complete. It's Henry. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Set, 180!
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. All day, all day.
49, check 49, check 49. 25. Red Delta!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Second and goal from the 1.
Check, 43.
Left, right.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check 3, check 3, check 3. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
They'll run again with Jackson. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They come out here in the eye. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on third and goal. On the sneak, Rivers. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on fourth and goal. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
I'm coming after you. Check, check. Low. Check, check.
Carr going to throw. It escapes the sand. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
Undercut, go Chief. Undercut. What's up?
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. This a quick pass to Davis. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Back and go Raider 2.
Mike, check, 59.
Hey, Wahoo! We want it. Come to my
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check.
Raider 1.
Hey, here we go.
Throwing his car on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check it out.
They're down.
Alert 3.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Joey Bosa in on the stop. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively, kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down. 4 quarters.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, that route's really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Jonathan Abram picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He'll hit Jackson complete. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Carl try it again on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Switch. White Monday down. One, later one. Check 50. 12, gumbo. What's up?
Shotgun now for Carr. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Desmond King picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
A second down throw for Rivers. And he comes back with one complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. This is caught by Jackson. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. First down, Rivers. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. 90 ticks to go, still time, but they need this onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Double tight. 4 down. Check. 4 down. 5 down. Jam. Hey, watch this.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a big one there for the Chargers. 48 yards. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Now, 55. 180. 55. Hey, we're good. 180. We're good.
Check the backer, check the backer. 36, 36.
Hey, 734.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
At the 47-yard line.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta!
Put him on the buses. Let's put that.
Hey, Haywood!
Throwing again. Rivers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
53, check 53.
Hey, Echo!
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Wait, 89!
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Barnett. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
190, 180, red!
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Easy.
Here we go. Check. 53 front. Check.
Hey, Alpha!
To throw again. Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. Rivers. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Back to throw. Takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play back.